Hello, Meredith Martin Addy.
Hi, Ms. Addy. This is Olivia Luck. I'm a first year at Latham & Watkins here in Chicago. How are you?
I'm fine.
Well, Judge Linn from the Federal Circuit told me that I should call you.
Oh, Judge Linn. How do you know Judge Linn?
Well, Judge Linn, I met him at the Rich Inn in D.C., and now that I've moved here to Chicago, I mentioned to him that it'd be great to start an inn of court here for IP lawyers and judges and students, and he suggested that I call you.
He suggested me? Well, what will this involve? It sounds like a lot of work.
I know how busy you are because you're a partner at Brinks, and I know that you probably don't have time to do all the work, so I'll do all the work. I just need to have your name and reputation and energy and friends, and I'll do all the work. Don't worry about it.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Well, okay then. Keep me posted.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ms. Addy.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Civility.
Premier lawyers, excellence.
Camaraderie.
A safe environment.
Cocktails.
Judge Linn, Olivia, and great food.
Mentor.
Smart people.
Relationships.
We wanted to name the new inn after a Federal Circuit judge, and Judge Linn seemed to be the best and natural choice because he's such a great mentor. So I called him up.
And he said, the only problem is we're not sure whether we can name it after you while you're still alive. I said, well, what did you have in mind?
Judge Linn is the epitome of what members of the inn strive to be.
The reason why I'm such a believer in the American Inns of Court idea is that it's an experience that is entirely enriching and fulfilling.
The Inn of Court movement is groups of lawyers, senior and junior, who get together not only for social events, but also for education and mentoring.
The better practice is the people who follow the teachings of the American Inns of Court. They're civil, they're professional, they mentor, they have a high standard of ethics.
You want to be your best self as an attorney. There's no game playing when you know the person on the other side because you're going to see each other in a couple weeks at the meeting.
Once you become friends with somebody outside of court, it becomes a lot harder actually to snipe at them in court, which is a good thing.
The more camaraderie you can develop among ourselves, I think the better we're going to be able to handle each other when we have a controversy.
At the very first meeting of the Linn Inn, we were all in the federal courthouse, and there was this long explanation of what an inn of court is all about. I had no idea the importance of charity, the importance of how one acts. Making the profession one that you should be proud of is unlike anything I've ever been exposed to.
It's the association of the lawyers with one another. It enhances civility.
I thought it was fantastic. We're going to have an organization where collegiality is number one, education is number two, and that is something that the city really needed.
I'll never forget that first meeting. I think there were 6 or 7 federal judges there, senior lawyers and younger lawyers with, smiles on their faces.
Tonight's presentation is entitled What Judges Want, Judicial Panel.
The opportunity to be able to sit down and actually talk to a judge about a case is really a great insight for them. Plus they don't seem so untouchable or unreachable. They're just human beings. And I think it's always useful for lawyers to get to know judges and vice versa.
When you see them once a month and you break bread with them and work with them on projects, you realize, we're all working together in this legal system to get the right result for our clients and for the system.
The judges that have participated in the inn have been a really valuable part of our inn and our life of our inn.
The inn provides a lot of really highly qualified and enthusiastic mentors, both in an informal setting, but really also in a substantive setting to talk about the issues that arise in intellectual property today.
One of the principal objects of being a judge is to not make a fool of yourself. We have to look stuff up because pretty much all of us have a large percentage of our docket filled with cases about which we don't know an awful lot.
We arrive on the bench without a lot of intellectual property experience. So the Linn Inn, by putting on these programs, really performs this education function to let us, the judges, get our feet wet in intellectual property law outside the context of a contested case.
A patent case can pop up between a civil rights case and an employment case, and I just have to be on my game and ready to interact with the parties. And the Inn of Court is constantly bringing up kind of the hot topics.
Now, back to the Defend Trade Secrets Act. You may be aware that this act passed the Senate and is pending in the House.
And it also just is a good thing to see the passion that the IP bar has for the issues.
I view the Inn sort of almost like an oasis. It sort of renews you in a way. The programming is a way for me to keep abreast of intellectual property issues.
We have programs that are including skits, they include quiz shows and other activities where everybody participates. That is so much better for learning than panel discussions and lectures.
So it really gives you an opportunity to bring your creative juices in creating a legal program that has both substance as well as some entertainment value.
The Advocacy Challenge is the program where young lawyers get a chance to argue a mock case and get a chance to get feedback from the judges. And it's frankly one of the best programs I think we put on every year.
To get up in front of your bar, your community, and put on a show is an amazing amount of chutzpah.
And no one's going to laugh at you, no one's going to criticize you. Everybody's there trying to make you better. And that's one of the things that the Inn really excels at, is making a safe place for young attorneys to learn.
Judge Linn, he has forgotten more patent law than I'll ever know because he is just brilliant and so experienced in that area. I learned so much just by participating in the Advocacy Challenge with him.
When you go around improving young lawyers, older lawyers, you're improving yourself too.
People who are coming into the profession, young people, and they're so exciting, and they're very excited about the practice. So it's really invigorating to be around people like that.
When I go to the meetings, I love watching these young people grow, watching the programs and watching them, and the ones who've been around for a while, teaching them, working with them. I find it very exciting.
We have a lot of really dynamic, really young lawyers who are growing up in the Richard Linn Inn of Court, and they will step up at a very young age to become leaders in our community and in our Inn of Court.
The Richard Linn Inn of Court is one of the best inns in the country, and that is because of the people and their desire to do things absolutely right.
I am just so grateful to everybody who's been in the Inn, who's still in the Inn. We've got 10 marvelous years of friendships, and I know that we're just going to keep going on and doing this.
There's so many lawyers that want to get into this inn that we are constantly turning people away, which is really an amazing testament to what a great organization it is.
My partners asked me just the other day, what does it take to get into the Inn? I'd like to get into the Inn.
We really are so well regarded and so sought after that I can imagine there being a point where we'll need more than one Linn Inn of Court in Chicago.
I love the way it works. I love the members. It's a positive place to be.
The Linn Inn is something very special and very unique. It motivates people to be the best they can possibly be.
I know that we will continue to have the quality, the relationships, and the civility that have been generated over the last 10 years.
The fact that we're at 10 years and it's still a vibrant inn, even more vibrant than 5 years ago, I'm not worried. I think it'll be fantastic.
I come to the annual dinners every year and I look around the room and I get goosebumps. I'm so proud of the Inn and everything they've accomplished. I couldn't be more proud to have my name associated with this incredible group of people.